Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. The Jewish Cemetery at Newport. How strange it seems, these Hebrews in their grave, close by the street of this fair seaport town, silent beside the never-silent waves, at rest in all this moving up and down. The trees are white with dust, that o'er their sleep wave their broad curtains in the south wind's breath, while underneath these leafy tents they keep the long, mysterious exodus of death. And these sepulchral stones, so old and brown, that pave with level flags their burial place, seem like the tablets of the law, thrown down and broken by Moses at the mountain's base. The very names recorded here are strange, of foreign accent and of different climes, Alvarez and Rivera interchanged with Abraham and Jacob of old times. Blessed be God, for he created death, the mourner said, and death is rest and peace. Then added, in the certainty of faith, and giveth life that never more shall cease. Closed are the portals of their synagogue. No psalms of David now the silence break. No rabbi reads the ancient Decalogue in the grand dialect the prophets spake. Gone are the living, but the dead remain, and not neglected, for a hand, unseen, scattering its bounty like a summer rain, still keeps their graves in their remembrance green. How came they here? What burst of Christian hate, what persecution, merciless and blind, drove o'er the sea that desert desolate, these Ishmaels and Hagars of mankind? They lived in narrow streets and lanes obscure, ghetto and Judenstrasse and Merkenmeyer, taught in the school of patience to endure the life of anguish and the death of fire. All their lives long, with the unleavened bread and bitter herbs of exile and its fears, the wasting famine of the heart they fed, and slaked its thirst with the Mara of their tears. Anathema Marantha was the cry that rang from town to town, from street to street. At every gate the accursed Mordecai was mocked and jeered and spurned by Christian feet. Pride and humiliation, hand in hand, walked with them through the world where'er they went. Trampled and beaten were they as the sand, and yet unshaken as the continent. For in the background figures, vague and vast, of patriarchs and prophets rose sublime, and all the great traditions of the past they saw reflected in the coming of time. And thus forever, with reverted look, the mystic volume of the world they read, spelling it backward like a Hebrew book, till life became a legend of the dead. But what once was shall be no more. The groaning earth in travail and in pain brings forth its races, but does not restore, and the dead nations never rise again. Haunted Houses by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. All houses wherein men have lived and died are haunted houses. Through the open doors, the harmless phantoms on their errands glide, with feet that make no sound upon the floors. We meet them at the doorway, on the stair. Along the passages they come and go, impalpable impressions on the air, a sense of something moving to and fro. There are more guests at table than the hosts invited, The illuminated hall is thronged with quiet, inoffensive ghosts, as silent as the pictures on the wall. The stranger at my fireside cannot see the forms I see, nor hear the sounds I hear. He but perceives what is, while unto me all that has been is visible and clear. We have no title deeds to house or lands. Owners and occupants of earlier dates from graves forgotten stretch their dusty hands and hold and mortmain still their old estates. The spirit world around this world of sense floats like an atmosphere, and everywhere wafts through these earthly mists and vapors dense a vital breath of more ethereal air. Our little lives are kept in equipoise by opposite attractions and desires, the struggle of the instinct that enjoys and the more noble instinct that aspires. These perturbations, this perpetual jar of earthly wants and aspirations high, come from the influence of an unseen star, an undiscovered planet in our sky. And as the moon from some dark gate of cloud throws o'er the sea a floating bridge of light, across whose trembling planks our fancies crowd into the realm of mystery and night, so from the world of spirits there descends a bridge of light, connecting it with this, o'er whose unsteady floor that sways and bends, wander our thoughts above the dark abyss.